Chapter 2. Stella. December 1958. Stella DeVille didn't get out of bed for 2 days. High above London, on the top floor of the Seville Hotel, the penthouse that she'd recently converted from 4 luxury guest suites to one enormous apartment, Stella lay under a satin comforter with the curtains drawn and her sleep mask firmly placed over her eyes. She didn't eat. She didn't drink. Her thoughts were consumed with revenge. How had she been bested by a pack of mongrels? The phone next to her bed rang and rang, but Stella didn't answer it. She did not want to be disturbed during this difficult time, and yet someone at the hotel hadn't gotten the memo, because before she knew what was happening, a person was in her bedroom whistling a familiar melody. "Good morning, Miss DeVille," a woman said as she pulled open the heavy curtains. Stella slowly lifted her sleep mask and stared at this intruder who had let the light in through her bedroom windows in what could only feel like another affront. London was bright and sunny. Stella blinked twice and saw a hotel worker who looked close to her own age bustling around the room, clearing trays of food that sat uneaten and picking up discarded clothing that needed to be sent out for cleaning. "I brought your breakfast, miss," said the young woman with strawberry blonde hair and a neat ponytail. Stella noted her ears were unpierced and she wore minimal makeup. The worker brought a covered plate to Stella in bed. "They told me you didn't eat yesterday, and I said that won't do. Someone needs to check on her. I brought eggs, bacon, and toast with a side of fruit. That should help you perk right up. But if it doesn't, is there someone I can call for you, miss?" The worker's brown eyes were wide as she stared at Stella's, most likely, ghastly white complexion. "Family, perhaps?" Family. Just the word caused longing. No one felt like family anymore, not even her father. She was alone. By choice, she reminded herself. She didn't need family or friends, not when she had her rage. "No," she said, stifling, sitting up, which took effort since every bone in her body seemed to ache after the horrific car crash she'd had a couple of days before when she'd been chasing that truck those wretched dogs had hitched a ride on. It was a miracle she'd survived. The car hadn't, but she hadn't seen it that way at the time. She was too angry to think of anything but what she'd lost, car included. Those hideous little beasts had tricked her. "Do you need anything, miss?" the worker asked. Need or want? Stella wanted to ask. She wanted many things, but Jasper and Horace, those fools, those idiots, those imbeciles, had ruined for her the things she wanted most. "No," Stella said again. Apparently one-word answers were all she was capable of. She tried again. "Wait! I do want something. Draw me a bath, a hot one, with lots of bubbles." She didn't say thank you after the request. "Yes, miss. I'm happy to." The young woman looked thrilled to be of service. Was she new to the Seville? Stella didn't recall seeing her before. That could come in useful. Although Stella hated anyone this perky and hopeful. "Oh, I almost forgot. While you're waiting, I brought you today's paper." The woman placed it on the tray and headed off again, whistling the same horrible tune once more. If Stella never heard that song again, it would be too soon. Not that she could admit that to anyone. She called it a lark, a compliment. In truth, she wanted to roll up this paper and clobber Roger over the head with it. How dare he write a song about her? She ripped open the newspaper in a huff and read the Reynolds News, headline above the photograph. "Puppies return, and then some. The Radcliffes and their 101 Dalmatians." She wasn't sure if the headline made her want to laugh deliriously or cry. Below the headline was a photograph of Anita and that board surrounded by 101 Dalmatians. Stella's eyes nearly popped out of her head at the sight of all the beasts together. "It can't be," she said to herself, looking closer at the paper. Roger and Anita's pets had taken all the dogs with them? All the dogs? That's impossible. "Did you say something, miss?" Stella didn't answer. She scanned the article quickly, looking for any mention of her. There was none, of course. She'd been cleared weeks ago after Roger's wretched allegations. Seeing Anita's photo caused a pang of regret, as it always did. They'd been close once, but thanks to him, they were no more. This whole mess gave her a serious sense of déjà vu. Her eyes narrowed as she stared at Roger's photo. How she detested that man. She would never understand how Anita had changed her mind about that dull idiot. People are more than one thing, she remembered Anita once telling her. Oh, how she wished that were true. But in her experience, what you saw was what you got. Always. Stella sighed and threw the newspaper on the floor, where the hotel worker ran to pick it up. Roger Radcliffe always ruined everything.